There's Zoe and Nash sitting in the tent. Nash comes out, grabs a bag of chips, walks in, zips the tent up, and they're sitting there just like, and you know what I mean? You're just,
the hell he will zip that tent.
Hey, what y'all doing in there? Open that tent door up.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to another edition of Dads on Purpose, the podcast. I'm your host, Josh Ashford, man, and as always, got the big homie, man, KB, Mr. Kevin Brigance. How you doing, bro?
What up, baby? There we go. Yeah.
Yo, high key. I looked up sound effects. I looked up the soundboards to like do them, and then I saw that they require payment to get them. And so no.
No. Not today.
Yo, we got my boy from Ottawa, Ontario. It's Ontario, right? Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah. The Bearded Dad Project, man. My boy Darcey. Yes, Darcey is a man's name. I Googled it. It was really popular before. It's not as popular anymore, but his name's Darcey. What's up, bro?
That's right. It's rare to come by.
Yo, but no, seriously, like, is that a Canada thing, or is it because we don't have a lot of dudes named Darcey here?
I don't meet a lot of dudes named Darcey either.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't meet a lot of dudes in general. So, yo, one of my friends, he told me, he's a little bit older than me, but he was just like, he's like, once I got married and I had kids, he was just like, I don't need any more friends. He was like, I get off work and I want to go home and I want to hang out with my family. He's like, I don't want to. It's like, no offense, Bill, but I don't want to hang out with you. I don't need any more friends. So I don't live by that philosophy, but it kind of works. So I don't really meet a lot of new people. I don't know. Maybe is that bad?
I'm with you.
I don't know. Anyway,
you met me.
So
you met me. You met me.
Yeah, I did meet you. Did you pay for lunch?
I don't know.
I don't think you did. So maybe I should unmeet you because you one of them.
Maybe the next one is on me, brother.
I don't know. Who cares? Whatever. It is what it is. Anyways,
Darcey, what's up, man? He over there looking at us like
what is going on? Are they fighting right here?
Sit here, let them take this. You guys got this.
Yeah. Yo, Kev, he's like really been asking me the last couple of days, like, what are we talking about? What's the topic? I want to be prepared. What are we talking about? I'm like, Darcey, bro, I don't know. He's like, well, what's the topic? I want to be. I said, do you go to your friend's house and ask them, like, hey, man, what are you going to talk about over there before you come over? He's like, you know what? Okay. I'm like, cool. There we go. So we just got to figure it out, man. We figure it out. Here's what I do want to know. So, you're from Ontario, you're from Canada, Canada. I want to know, like, this is a dad show, man. Where's somewhere that us Americans need to take our kids in Canada and all of Canada? Where's like the place that we need to go that's family friendly? And I don't mean necessarily like, oh, you need to go to this restaurant, but like just like the city. You know what I mean?
Like in my city?
No, not in your city. I don't want to come to Ontario. Not Ontario. I don't want to come to Ottawa. But so here's the deal. If I come to Ottawa, I'm going to Montreal because that's where I want to go.
You've been there and you know it. I haven't traveled much in Canada. Like whenever we do travel, we go to Cuba, Mexico, Jamaica. Those were.
Why is that? Is that like common? Like, do y'all? Because it's so in here, like in the
It's a winter thing. So like when it's winter and it's like February, it's like negative 35 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
You want to get out. You want to go away. You want that heat. You want the sun. You want all the drinks, all the food.
I forget that you guys can travel to Cuba.
That's right.
I've been. Huh?
We haven't been doing any traveling lately, right? Because the whole COVID thing has just been set us back. But we wanted to do our first family trip. It was this February. And that's when everything kind of just happened. And we were going to take Zoe with us as a family. And it just Yeah.
Where were y'all gonna
go? We were probably just gonna go either Mexico or Cuba. Just easy.
That's what's up.
But, yeah.
Bro, y'all go to Mexico and Cuba like we go to like Jamaica and the Bahamas.
This is true.
Bro, but seriously, Kev, I don't know when it's gonna open back up, man. But whenever it does, you need to go to Cuba, man. I love Cuba. Like, really, it is such a cool.
Yeah.
So the hardest part though is that like outside of Havana, nobody speaks English. And so what saved us is that my cousin, she spoke enough to like get us places. And so we actually stayed on the outskirts. So we stayed in like the residential area and got like a Airbnb. So it was really hard, but luckily our neighbor had a crush on my cousin. So nice. So he would taxi us around. And bro, we paid him to drive us 2 hours to the beach.
Wow.
And my man slept in his car while we were hanging out on the beach. Yeah, like bro, it was the crazy. I don't know. It was probably the stupidest thing that we ever did, but you know what I mean? Like my man drove us out there. We was on the beach hanging out, and he was just chilling in the car, man. I'd say the craziest thing that really shocked me is we actually got pulled over while we were driving out to the beach. Yeah, like the cop. So what happens is that as a resident, there's like a lot of checks that you need to do to become like a taxi driver out there because the government wants their cut. And so they see, a Cuban nationalist in the front seat and they see 3 black people in the car. Yeah. They're like, oh, you a taxi. Oh.
Yeah.
And so we're on the highway and that my man just like signals like, hey, pull over. Like he was on the side of the road. He just like pull over. And so the driver, he just jumped out. He jumped out of the car and like ran back to him. And I'm like, I'm from LA.
You don't just jump out the car.
You don't just jump out and walk, but he just walked back there, paid my man a couple pesos, and we kept going.
Kept on going. Man, that's great. Hey, Darcey, how long do y'all take since it's the winter? I know, winter lasts a long time, but how long what like normally what does your vacation look like? 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 week?
So like when we travel somewhere like that?
Yeah.
We usually just take like either 7 to 10 days. You know what? 7's that nice spot. 10, you're kind of stretching it. You're out of routine. You're eating and drinking everything you want. And it gets to that limit for me. Like I know some people love it. They'll go for 10 days, 2 weeks. But for me, it's that 7 days, and I'm like, I've had
done. Yeah.
I'm done. I'm ready to go back home.
Wait, what is your job again?
I work for Pure Later. I deliver mail all day.
Okay. Well, and so, because I remember when I first started in sales, I took a 2-week staycation because they were like, yo, you got 2 weeks of vacation. I was right out of college. I was like, bet. And then I was like, I don't have any money to go anywhere. So I just stayed home for 2 weeks. And it was the worst 2 weeks in my life. But what I realized is that like when I take off 2 weeks now, I can't because I'm like, I'm in sales. I'm 100% commission. I'm like, yo, I got to sell something. Like, who's paying for this trip? Oh, you want lobster? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. But you work and prepare for it. So when it is time for your week, you got to, bro. You plan your vacation as a salesperson.
Bro, I just got a $9,000 bill to redo my pool, and I don't want to pay it.
Well,
so I don't know who's planning for what.
You should be planning for it.
9,000, and that's on the low end. What I want to do is 25. I don't got 9 and I don't got 25. So guess what?
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Anyways, yo, man, you know what? Darcey, I feel kind of bad because I feel like this is gonna be a little racist because no, it's really not. So like we talk about like he's like, oh, let me drink this beer. we talk about, bro, we get into some deep stuff, man, sometimes. But I just feel like we should just have like a fun, light episode, bro. Like I just don't want to get deep. Like I'm sitting here drinking whiskey, you over there drinking Shock Top, Kev drinking his $30 Six Flags drink, Pepsi. I'm just like, bro.
On number 10, let's go, baby.
I got a question though, man. And so for those of you guys that don't know, Darcey does have he's got a brand. It's called the Bearded Dad Project. He makes amazing shirts, and every month he gives back to a local charity. And he just does a lot in the community. Like it's really, really dope. So I I don't even have my dad life shirt on. I have it, but it's hanging up because it's nice and cleaned and pressed. Don't want to get it messed up. Don't want to get it dirty because I'm a dad, right?
Shirt's looking a little wrinkly.
But for you guys that don't know, I told Kev he needs to change his shirt because it was looking wrinkly, but then he turned the light on and I was like, oh, it's good. So we good. Anyways, I got a question for you guys, man. It's real simple. So Darcey's got the shirt. It says dad life. We're dads. It's dads on purpose. You know, we talk all about this stuff about dad life, dads, da-da-da-da-da-da. I want to know, like, what the heck does dad life mean? Like, that's just like a wide open question. Because you could really go anywhere with that. And I feel like whenever you post something and you're like, dad life, like when I think about dad life, I watch Bluey. I don't know if Kev, your daughter's too old to watch Bluey. What? Have you seen it?
No.
Yeah. What is Bluey?
What is Bluey?
What
is Bluey?
This is about to change your life.
You know what? Zoe and I tomorrow are going to go downstairs. We're going to watch Bluey.
Do you have Disney Plus?
I do have Disney Plus.
All right, you need to watch Bluey. So Bluey is it's an Australian cartoon kid show, and they're dogs, and so they're blue heelers. So there's mom and dad, and then there's two daughters. Bluey is the older daughter; she's probably like 4 or 5, and then Bingo is the younger daughter, and she's like 2 or 3. I don't know, whatever. And it's awesome. But anyways, the dad on there is just like, he's just a dad. Like, if you watch the intro, I wish I could play the clip right now, but if you play the intro, the dad's just dancing. He's doing the lawnmower dance. He's doing the sprinkler. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's just a dad. They go swimming and like the kids are asking for all these things. And the dad is just like, oh, no, dad forgot it. Sorry. And then like mom shows up and she's got like everything. And she's like, oh, does somebody have some sunscreen? And he's just like, oh, my bad. But that's just like, you got to watch Bluey. It's a cool show. But back to the question, huh?
It's dad life. The dad sounds like dad life.
Yep.
But but what does that mean to you guys? You know what I mean? Like what does that really encompass, man? And it's not even that deep of a question. I think it's just I'm just curious because it means something different to everybody. You know?
Yeah, no. It's like the same when I first started the Bearded Dad project, right? I was like, I want to find something that's just like what pops to me about being a dad. And I was like,
yeah,
like you said, everyone says dad life this, dad life that. And it's the same thing as like your hoodie that you made with fatherhood, right? So same kind of motto. It's just what do you do that makes you, proud to be a dad? Or, everyone puts on a different hat in the morning. I throw my dad life hat, my dad life shirt or something. And what are you doing to be a dad? Like, what are you doing to get involved in your family? Or, you know what I mean? What? Yeah, that is a dog with yeah, that's not your toy.
I love it, man.
But that's dad life right there.
Right? Okay. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing, guys. Okay. That's
what we doing.
So the fatherhood hoodie actually has a little bit more meaning. Like it's set up in the whole varsity style, and it's just like they all have meaning. But I get what you're saying, man. Because I'm just like, I love being a dad, bro. Like
honestly, the best thing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
What were you about to say?
I think that, man, is so my teenage fatherhood project or my program, it's called Fathers to Dads, right? And the reason why we call it Fathers to Dads is because everybody can be a father, but very few of us learn how to be dads. And I think dad life is totally fatherhood, fraternity, dad influences, all that crap, like all those slogans, all those things, like you can't
have
claim
a lot of people mad.
Care less, because you cannot.
That crap.
You can't claim all those things, but not have a representation of daddy. Does that make sense? When your kid runs around the corner, they're like, "Daddy!" Like that's to me what dad life is about. Like I have to subdue what I want, my desires, sometimes even what I want to do in order to give a little piece of my life to Kendall. Dad life means going to the dance studio, sitting there for 4 hours because she wants you to be present. Dad life means getting on a skateboard, darn near breaking your back because you're trying to show them how to skateboard. You know what I mean? I think dad life. I think.
Have you ever skateboarded?
Me?
Oh,
yeah.
We have a skateboard downstairs. Yes, sir.
I'm just making sure. I keep mine in my truck, so I don't.
Do you really? No, we grew up skateboarding, so we just have a little skateboard because she wanted to learn. But I try to show her like Dad's been there, done that, and I can help you and show you. But to me, Dad, like we have to get involved unselfishly for our kids. What do I mean by unselfishly? Maybe you don't want to do that, but guess what?
You're gonna do it,
Dad. Hey, y'all, I probably didn't really want to go to Six Flags today, but because I'm a dad, right? And my kid, she's here for the summer. She needs stuff to do. I could have easily been like, nah, I got too much stuff to do on my plate. But it's not about me. It's about making sure Kendall's happy, making sure, she's active, she's engaged. So to me, and so when we're working with our teenage fathers, we're trying to teach them that everybody can be a father. But very few of us learn how to be a dad. Very few of us learn how to be involved, how to be present, and how to sacrifice for our kids. And when I say sacrifice, I know all of us are sacrificing for our kids, right? All of us are doing something to make sure our kids. But when I'm really talking about sacrifice, and I mean really, really putting in the time, getting on the floor, playing with them, watching these shows that we don't want to watch. Like I posted earlier today.
I like watching Bluey. Like. No, that's how you know it's a good show when that's how you know when you're a dad is like when you watch it when they're not there. Because like I think
they fall asleep and you're still sitting there watching it.
Bro, yes. Listen, when you're sitting there flipping through the channels and you're like, man, I don't feel like watching Friends for the 10,000th time. Yeah. Or like, ain't nothing else good on right now. And you're like, oh, Bluey's on. Oh, Puppy Dog Pals. Oh, Paw Patrol. Oh,
but your life had the transition into that, right? And I don't think yes, because I don't think a lot of dads are willing to change that channel just for their kid. Does that make sense? I don't think a lot of.
No, I thought you meant that like I had to have kids to watch it. I was like,
no. I'm talking about. I'm talking about just being involved and being that engaged. Like I put a post and said, man, I remember when Kendall and I would lay on the couch and she would lay on my back and we watched Princess and the Frog for the 100 millionth time. Doesn't make sense.
I saw that post. That was today.
Yeah. And that was just about like, I wouldn't naturally want to do that, but because of my kid wanting to do that, that's why I do it. Doesn't make sense.
It makes you happy to make them happy. When they're happy, you're happy, like you see that smile on their face and it makes your day, right? Like, did I want to play with this dollhouse right here tonight, all night? No. But you know what?
All night. It's time to go to bed. I don't want to go to bed. I just want to play.
Well, like I was telling Josh tonight, Zoe's having a hard time going to sleep lately, and we were in there for like an hour and a half tonight putting her to bed. Bad life. Right? Did I want to go an hour and a half in there? No. But I was there. My wife and I both, we never separate. We're always together. We do everything together. We do bedtime. We do breakfast. We do.
Really?
There's not a time when we're apart. I can't remember when I've missed bath time or bedtime.
What?
Really?
Just you know really, what? Pause. Here's why. Because you have one.
And
wait. Do you think it would change?
Hell yeah. So like I used to
maybe
when Jocelyn, I never missed putting her down or anything like that. And like now, every now and then, like she'll go to bed and I won't get a kiss because like I'll be doing something else, or like I'll be doing something else with like Jordan or something like that. But like when you have more than one, it's kind of like, okay, the first one is just like, okay, everything, boom, boom, boom. I'm there. I'm all the time. Hey, I'm a rock you to sleep, blah, 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 blah. And then you get the second one, and then it's like, okay, well, I'm going to put this one to bed. You can put that one to bed. And while you're putting that one to bed, I'm going to be cleaning up, washing bottles, and picking up the toys and putting up dinner. And then you're doing that. And then so it's just like, that's just how it ends up. Like, well, and I don't know if that's for everybody.
I agree with that big time. You know, a lot of my friends have 2 or 3 kids as well too, and I don't know how they do it. Like, I really don't, because that's the thing. You've got to have that balance, right? And that's why I do want to have a second kid further apart. So, you know, Zoe is good to go to bed on her own. You know, I don't got to rock her to sleep anymore. You know, I can focus on, you know,
Darcey Jr.
Darcey Jr. That's going to be a boy.
So here's my thing. And I mean, everybody does whatever they want. And I don't have anything else to gauge it against, but I'm so thankful that they're so close together, because now they're to the age. So Jocelyn is 2.5. Jordan, she'll be 1 tomorrow. And now they're getting to the point where they're playing together, and they're just like, they're doing their thing together. And the way their birthdays work out, they're only going to be a grade apart. And so it's like, okay, like even though they're 20 months apart, they'll be 1 grade apart. But like in my head, I'm like, oh, they're going to be best friends. Who knows if they're going to be best friends? But I'm like, you know what? Like, hey, she can still help out at 2.5. She does help out. She wants to help out. She can't always, but then also it's just like, so like today, one of them had a cup and the other one was just like, I need that cup. So she went over there and stole that cup. And the other one was like, I'm upset that you stole that cup.
Yeah.
And I tried to give the other one many other cups, and they were like, I want that other cup that they took. And so Erica, my wife, is just looking at me. She's just like, it's starting.
It's starting.
Let's get ready.
I think it's hard. I think it's hard and difficult, because not just in that aspect, because I see what the dance parents who have multiple kids do. That's what I think is hard, because now you have a kid that loves one thing, you have another kid that loves another thing, and now you're trying to make sure that they're both fulfilled. Because I don't believe in like, well, she's the oldest, so we're going to start with her. Like, they both deserve to be involved in something that they love to do, that they feel like they're good at doing, and they both need that same opportunity. And to me, that's where, like, I don't know where I would.
Darcey, what are you? Is Zoe into anything?
Right now, no. Like, hardly anything has opened up here in Ontario because of COVID. Like, we're in. We have some different stages. I know outdoor activities just started to open up, just like I don't know.
Bro, we are wide open in Texas.
I know that's the thing. Like, you guys are wide open, right? Like, we've been stuck in this same rut for so long, and it's like, you know, I'm thankful that she has daycare so that she can still go and interact and play with all these kids. We're just lucky that we even have that right now, where, you know, we're starting to see friends again. And, you know, our kids, it's so cool. Like you said, you see, you know, your kids playing together because they're around the same age. Now, when we put Zoe in daycare, we didn't even get to see the daycare. We had no clue what it looked like. We did a virtual tour, and that's all we got.
Yeah.
So now, you know, we get to see her interact with some of our friends' kids, and it's
bro, because you guys, Zoe was like 6 months when this started.
Yeah. So like, we've been, you know what I mean? Like, she hasn't had this or we haven't had to see this interaction. So like, you know, we see a few photos here and there of her at school or daycare, and that's great. But to see it in person, you know, with someone else, like, so now we see some of our friends and they're playing. And like, just past weekend, we went swimming at a friend's house, and there's Zoe and Nash sitting in the tent. Nash comes out, grabs a bag of chips, walks in, zips the tent up, and they're sitting there just like, and you know what I mean? You're just,
the hell he will zip that tent up.
Hey, what y'all doing in there? Open that tent door up.
Oh man.
But yeah, that's a beautiful thing, bro. That's a beautiful thing to be able to see your kids actually interact with other kids. Yeah. And I think that's the beautiful. I got a question while you were talking about that piece of it. How do you feel as a dad about about the only child syndrome. Like
yeah. So see, I come from a family of like I have 2 sisters and myself, so I come from a family of 5.
You just forgot your brothers in that one, huh?
Right? I know. And you know what? I liked having that sibling. I liked having that, someone to talk to, someone to fight with, someone. We do want to have a second. So I'm not all about just that single parent life, or single child life.
I'm about to say, where's Sarah?
Hopefully she'll do that. I'm not leaving you.
Is she right there?
Yeah. So, and I was saying to Josh earlier, like, I do want to have a second kid, right now we want to move into a new house, get settled, and we want Zoe to be a little bit older. I know some people like having that gap closer together. Yeah. We want a little bit further apart. So Zoe's a little bit more capable. She can help a little bit more, but not too far apart, that like Sarah and I are still both young. So, we still have that time.
Twins.
What's that?
I hope you have twins.
Oh, don't put that on me. Don't put that on me.
You somebody got to have twins on here. We ain't
he's like, oh, I want to get settled. I want to be in a better position. Guess what?
Yep. We're having twins.
Oh, bro. But so going back to, because now I'm stuck on this COVID thing, because I didn't know you guys were still locked down, because I'm like, no, bro, we are like, why? I don't know the last time I wore a mask. Like,
so our restaurants are only open for patios.
You're what?
Our restaurants are only open for patios right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we move in this phase. They call it phase 3. I think in like a few days or a week or something like that. I haven't been really following, but so then you can start going in.
Is it per province or? So
that is for Ontario.
I was gonna say, or is it for the whole country?
Per province, yeah.
Okay. So what, man? I'm like really, I'm interested, man. Yeah. So it's like, what's the holdup? Like, do y'all have that many more cases?
What they did it on is
it because you guys got socialist healthcare, or?
What they did is they kept changing their plan anyway. So now the plan is we had phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 based on how many people were vaccinated and how many people had first dose or second dose. Is basically what they're doing. So that's how they're opening things up now. We're at a certain percentage now where cases are so low and we have so many vaccinations that now we can move into phase 3.
Nice.
How do they know if you've been vaccinated?
What's that?
How do they know if you've been vaccinated?
I think it's all recorded in the system. Like you get a certificate and all that kind of stuff. So they must have.
People ask, they're like, "Oh, did you get vaccinated?" You can't ask me that. Like that. Welcome to America.
Welcome to America. I'm not telling you.
Yeah. I mean, I may or may not have and somebody was just like, oh, you need to keep your vaccination card with you at all times because somebody might ask you for it. The hell they will.
And you know what? My wife just told me tonight that a university here in Ottawa, to be in their residence, you have to be fully vaccinated. So it's starting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that a public or a private university?
Couldn't tell you.
Okay. I'm just curious because I'm like, I wonder. So like that's not going to happen in Texas. Like, out of all states, it's not happening in Texas. It's not happening in Florida. I mean, hell, Texas, we just passed permitless carry. So September 1st, you don't have to have a license to carry a gun.
It's going down in Texas.
Yeah. Welcome to Texas.
The Wild Wild West, baby.
But I'm just saying, so like that, so it's really interesting because just in general, and I wonder, oh man, because that really, going back to the whole topic of dad life, man, I mean, I'm sure that has like strains on, like you said, like you just got to see your kids interact. You're just now starting to see friends. And so it's, man, that's tough. I don't really have a point that I'm trying to make.
It's been a big setback. Like it's been a big setback, like obviously when we had Zoe, we didn't think this kind of stuff was going to happen. And we had a lot more things planned. Like my family lives about a 7-hour drive away. And
that's a flight.
They haven't seen Zoe since she was 6 months old.
Wow.
So what have y'all been doing to kind of I don't want to say address that, but just like, keep them involved. You know what I mean? Like
the family?
Yeah. Because I mean, she hasn't seen him since she was 6 months, so she doesn't know who the heck they are.
A lot of FaceTime. FaceTime. Or sorry, you know what? I shouldn't say they haven't seen her since she was 6 months. They did come up here. We haven't been down there since she's been 6 months. Wow. That was the last time we went down there. But they have come up here like once or twice. But yeah, it's been about a year since they've been down here. But they know who they are through FaceTime, and we're lucky that we have that kind of stuff, right? Because otherwise, these people would show up, they'd be complete strangers.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like and it sucks because you want that interaction with, where's Nana? Where's Papa? Mm-hmm. You want them to know who they are and interact with them, and it sucks.
Yeah.
But,
and we have to do the extra work in reaching out to them during this time just to make sure that they're getting those connections and what they need. I got a question. Like, do you think the pandemic elevated your dad life mantra? Like, do you think that because, when COVID, we all had this life, we were just moving around, we're starting, then COVID made us sit down, made us be with our family, made us participate in things we didn't want to participate in. Like, do you think that elevated the whole idea of dad life and getting involved for dads?
And you know what? A lot of people have, I think this whole COVID thing has, especially here, either has made people or break people. Us, we've grown even closer. Like my wife and I were always the type of people to always be with each other. Like we spent a lot of time together. And then when Zoe came along, like I took 4 months off of work and I was there. I was, I just loved it. Like from day one, I just loved it. I fell in love and I've never grown out of it. And I think maybe with COVID, it's obviously kept us together a lot longer. Like we're home all the time.
you on that too, huh? I'm still sitting here talking about why can I get 4 months, bro? Like if I could get 4 months, hey, we're gonna have another one like tomorrow. Let's go.
Don't lie, because like, just because the doctor said that's okay doesn't mean that I want it. What you mean? The doctor said 6 weeks. He said 6 weeks. It's been 6 weeks. What's up?
Yeah. No, it was fun. It was a good 4 months off, but when I went back to work, it was like no more overtime, no more. Like I just came straight home. I wanted to come, not because I feel I needed to. It's because I wanted to. I wanted to be there. I wanted to help Sarah. I wanted to spend. These are the quality times, right? Like when there's days when Zoe's sick and she can't go to daycare or what. Like I volunteer to take the time off. I'll stay home with Zoe.
Yes, and
I want that bonding experience.
Yeah, and to me, that's the dad life right there. And I think that's the same thing on our end. Like, I didn't want to have to call Pawpaw to pick up Kendall. I didn't want to have to call Grandmommy to take Kendall to school. I didn't want to have to go to dance, even to go to dance, to extracurricular activities. I didn't want that to have to be something outside of my wife and me. So whatever I needed to do to pick that up, because I want to be involved. I want to get in the dirt. And I think that want and that desire is what creates the dad life, because I sometimes believe that we can give dad life a negative connotation. Does that make sense? We can take being a dad. And when I say that, it's like, man, I got to go take my kid here. Man, I got to go do this. Man, I got to, instead of saying,
but that's the mindset though. That's that's when you saying I gotta, instead of saying I get to. Well, that's what they say.
Exactly. But that's, to me, that's the shift of dad life. Does that make sense? Because I'm in
Y'all don't miss what Darcey said though, because he was like, "Yo, I want to come home. Like, I don't work overtime. I'm sales. If I don't sell, I don't make money. People ask me, they're like, "Oh, can I call you at 5:30? Can I call you at 6 o'clock?" I don't work from 5 to 8 because that's what time my kids are home.
Kids are here,
and they're awake, and they're by 8 o'clock they'll go to bed. So if you want to work, we can talk after 8. I'll be up, kind of. A little bit.
Hey, y'all, he won't be up. Don't call after 8.
Kev, no, my bedtime's about 8:30, 9 o'clock. I'm done. But you know what I mean? Like, but I'm gonna stay up for a check. But you know what I mean? Like Darcey said, like, yo, like I want to be there, man. And I think like that's a beautiful place to get to. And you know what I'm saying? Man, we don't really use the word beautiful, but that is what it is. Like, that's a beautiful place to be in. Like, yo, I want to be there. Like, I want to be there. I'm not working overtime. What I think, if anything, though, if COVID has taught us is that these jobs aren't as important as they seem. And that, as my mama says, I was looking for a job when I found this one. So,
yeah, buddy. And I think we said some two powerful, strong sayings. We want to, because men, we always do what we want to do. You know, we always get to do what we want to do. But to want to be present for your kid, and then to get to do, I get to take my kid to dance. I get to take my kid to football. I get to take my kid to basketball. I get to be involved in my kid's life. And I think so often we not complain about our responsibility, but we don't embrace our responsibility. We talk about how much work it is to be, responsible for kids. But I think if we change our mindset and we embrace the dad life, we embrace fatherhood, we embrace all that good stuff, and we make it what we want it to be. Like, we make it, like, I was thinking about, even when we was at Six Flags, I had to go through my Rolodex and was like, what kind of dad am I going to be at Six Flags? Like, am I going to be this lame dude that's just walking around, with anger on my face, upset, it's hot, you know what I mean? Or am I going to be the one that's like,
with a big Slurpee there, walking around, slurping the waves?
What we gonna do? Let's get on the Titan. No, I want to get on the Titan. Let's go anyway.
Get on the Titan.
I'm not getting on the Titan. I don't.
You sounded like them until I was like, hey.
I don't like roller coasters, bro. Like,
oh, you don't?
I don't like roller coasters. Like, that is not a like that.
So dad life.
I'm gonna get on the roller coaster with my baby girl.
Okay.
I don't like roller coasters. Like, there is nothing about roller coasters that I enjoy. Like that drop feeling that you get in your stomach. Like, that reminds me of being on an airplane and hitting an air pocket. I don't like flying either. I like getting to my destination.
Yeah.
I hate flying. I hate getting on roller coasters.
Well, like I told you earlier, right?
Park. Like, mainly because I don't like a lot of people. I'm good with like 6 to 8 people. That's it.
What you was about to say, Darcey?
Well, like I said earlier, right? Like, going on the swings even made me dizzy the other day,
Like the swings at the house?
What?
Like the swings at the house in the park?
Yeah, the park. Yeah, we got a park.
We were talking about amusement parks, so I didn't know if you meant like the big swings. I was just like, that would make me dizzy.
The little swings, and those even made me dizzy. The funny thing is, I go to push Zoe, and she says, "No, Dada, you swing. Dada, you swing. Let me just push you. No. You swing, Dada. You swing, Dada."
Oh, Daddy heard that. Daddy can't swing.
I don't feel good.
But you got on that swing, I bet.
I got on that swing. Not the big swing, though. The little swing.
The little swing.
Kev, it's not that time, man.
Already? We just started.
Did we just start? Bro, my clock says an hour and you know what? Here's what happened. We were recording for 30 minutes waiting for Kevin to get here, because Kev wanted to go and be a good dad and go to Six Flags and spend time with his family. Shame on him. So I looked at the time and I was like, bro, we've been talking for a while, but it's really been me and Darcey that's been talking.
That's right.
So no, we can keep going, I'm not sleepy at all. I just thought we were like, I thought we were an hour, 20 minutes in. I was like, yo, we gotta go.
45 minutes but dad life, bro.
Dad life.
I mean, and I'm also out of whiskey, so there's. I mean, is that selfish of me to like want? I don't know.
You're thirsty.
Hey, Darcey, what are you drinking? Because you always posting different types of beers, man. And so I need to know what do I need
local. I like to support some local breweries.
What you're drinking earlier is not local though.
No, Shock Top is not. But the second one was a Ridge Rock Brewing. Oh,
other way.
Yeah, so this is just a local brewery. Like, is
that a pint?
This is it's a tall boy. It's 473 milliliters.
Well, Because you guys don't do 12-ounce. Like, do you guys do 12-ounce cans?
I don't. The only cans I buy are these tall ones, the tall boys.
Oh, so you don't even know if they sell the regular size cans. So never mind.
Well, I don't drink regular size beer.
Uh-oh.
But that's what you're so like. So blondes are your go-to. Kev, do you drink beer?
No, bro.
Yeah, Kev, you don't even really drink.
I'm not.
He's more of a.
I'm not really into
cola kind of guy.
Yeah, when I drink, it's not a whole lot. It's not like a different variety. Just give me some vodka and Sprite. Give me some whiskey and cola.
Oh, you want to mix it?
That's about it. That's all I can do, bro.
Darcey, this is why Kev hasn't been to my house. We live 40 minutes away. And I've been to his house. But Kev's never been to my house. Because I got drank. And
I didn't say I won't drink. I just said it's not my go-to. It's not just something that
I'd be damned if you put some cola in my whiskey.
But if you had a dad night, you'd drink.
Absolutely. Listen, bro, you don't go in and be like, oh no, bro. No, bro, you get that glass, you take your first sip, you bust a sweat bullet, and once you bust that one sweat bullet,
don't say good. Don't.
But you know what I mean. Like, so for me, alcohol is not my thing, but I do enjoy a beverage every once in a while.
What is
here's the funny thing?
Go ahead, Darcey.
Before I met my wife, I was into bodybuilding, into working out.
Me too.
6-7 days a week. I didn't drink for probably a year and a half straight, like nothing, not a drop, not anything. Met my wife, started easing up a bit, have a drink here or there. And well, now,
you see this face?
I'm having a good time.
Now we in this thing. Are you still working out?
I just recently started getting back into it.
Nice. Don't have another kid. You'll get right out of it.
Honestly, I was always that guy who always said, like, I'm not going to stop. I'm always going to work out. I'll always be that fit. And you know what? Like 6 months into having Zoe, I did. I had the gym in the basement. I was still going to the gym, but days I couldn't, I worked out in the basement. And then COVID hit, gym shut. Gyms still aren't open here. Yeah. So, that definitely backfired me big time. And even just before COVID hit, I was like, you know what? Things are getting a little crazy. Numbers are getting high. I'm not going to go to the gym. Yeah. 2 days later, gym shut down.
Wow.
And they've been shut down basically since. But yeah, no. So the past few weeks, I have been back at it down in the basement there, like consistently. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm getting there.
Zoe's how old now, bro?
Zoe's 2. Yeah, May 30th we turned 2.
So during the pandemic, how many tents, homemade tents that you built in the living room? How many slides have you created? I'm just curious. Like, what is the most extreme thing you had to do for your kid during the pandemic?
Makeup.
I built so in our backyard, we back up onto a pathway, which is nice. Like I live in a townhouse, so we have no neighbors behind us. It backs up onto a pathway. So you open up the gate, and in the wintertime, tobogganing hills were actually like closed. Like you weren't supposed to go to tobogganing hills. So I actually built a tobogganing hill from the top of the pathway. I went out and I shoveled snow while Zoe was napping, packing this thing down. I was even sliding on the toboggan too, like to pack it down, get the track set. And the tobogganing hill came all the way down from the pathway, all the way straight into our backyard.
Wow.
So I made like the lip, at the water park where you were just at Six Flags, like the water park there, you got like the lip that you don't fly over top. Yeah. Got it all packed down. And then the next day, it snows again. I go and build it back up again. But I'd say that's probably one of the most extreme things that we've done so far. Is, I built this tobogganing hill in the backyard so that we could have somewhere to go,
I don't even know. Like, how do you top that? Like,
you can't.
I was telling before we came on, Kev, I was telling him about the Snowmageddon that we got here, and I mean, we had like 6 inches of snow. 4 inches of snow
in 1 week, bro.
That's that's a blizzard here. That is like a nor'easter. Because Darcey, you got to realize, bro, like we don't. So here in North Texas, we don't, in the northern part of Texas, well, in Texas in general, we don't have the equipment to deal with ice.
Yeah, no.
And so if you look at like a map, Texas, the Panhandle, the little doot part up in the north part, like they have all that equipment because they get that stuff all the time. But like here, bro, we don't. So that's why, like when the Super Bowl was here, like in 2015 or something like that. That's why the whole thing almost got shut down because
you don't know how to
everything iced over.
Yeah.
And so it like ruined everything because like they were like, oh, you guys can't take it, bro. We don't get ice here. Like I'm going. I'm on the lake on January 1st.
Right. And I tried, Darcey, man. I went out there with my hands and my little shovel and I tried to make a snowman. It just wasn't it. We didn't get that good snow. We just got that. Hey, we want to make your week miserable snow.
Yeah.
Powder. Oh man!
But man,
I do want to get out of here though now.
Yeah, no, you good, man. Because can't nobody top that. Darcey just went ahead.
I say, like, what do I say? But no, I would. Hey, you keep saying Darcey. It's Darcey. Darcey.
You can't top what my wife's grandma. She called me Darby.
That's what I'm gonna call you from now on. Wait, where's she from?
She's from here.
Okay, I don't know if she was like from Scotland. That would have been good. Be like, hey, Darby.
You know what? I just told her. I said, you just call me Darby.
There's a mosquito on my mic. Sorry. I was about to.
Well, guys, that is it. Thank you for coming.
Bro, I was about to break this whole thing.
Oh, bro, man,
get us out of here, man.
No, man, I just really enjoyed this talking to you, man, and just getting the information what we need to be better dads, to get involved, to be present, the dad life. What we're gonna define the dad life, and it's just getting involved and being involved. And so, bro,
exactly what it is. Getting involved, being there, and the whole idea is that I started this company is like. There's so many dads that don't take time off of work at the beginning. Like, and I get it. If you can't afford to, you can't afford to. You got to do what's best for your family. But I never regret taking those 4 months off. Was money tight? Yeah, it was tight. You know what I mean? But we made it work, and I never regret it. I'll do it again. I will 100% do it again. But it's put on my light here. Oh,
we're leaving now.
Yeah. It's just that idea where people think like, oh, you're babysitting. No, you know what? I'm at home. I'm watching my daughter. I'm being a dad. I'm not babysitting.
I say babysitting.
Of course you do.
I get in trouble for it.
Yes, you should.
Yeah.
You're not
just that idea of dads are at work, moms are at home. No, you know what? We're 50-50 in this family. And like I said, like we never separate from each other. Like we're always here. We're always together. We're always, yes, we haven't needed that. We don't have 2 or 3 kids. And I'm sure things will change slightly when that happens. But, for now it's little Zozo.
I love how optimistic he is. He said slightly, but go ahead, Kev.
I need to ask this because you said this a couple of times, and I think it's very, very, very important. You said you and your wife don't do anything separate. Why is that, and how did you start that with your family and with your marriage? Why do you do that, and how did you start that? And what keeps you doing that?
And how long have you been married?
We have been married. We're going on 4 years now. I think because her family is so close. I moved away. So like I said, like my family lives like 7 hours away. I'm close with my family, but not as close as she is with her family. They're just super close. Like they talk every single day, and like day and night. Like they don't stop talking to each other. They're always in communication. You know, before COVID happened, like we would see them every single week. Like my wife's the type of person who says good morning and good night to her mom every single day. And, you know, there are some health issues in there that have come along and through the way. They've had some scares, and we still have to live with that today. And I think that's what has really brought me so close and showed me the value of family. I think that's kind of where it started me off. And since I met her, it's just been, you know, I've understood that. I've taken it in, and I've kind of just grown into it. Like, that's just the norm.
No, that's good, bro. That's good.
Yeah.
Because that's just a practice we have in our house too. And I was just curious, like what made you guys start that? Because for us, that practice was just more so I've seen where my parents would go separate and, you know, we have a good time, but they're always like, hey, where's your mom? You know, how's your mama doing? I'm like, you call her and figure that out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and so for me, I don't want that. I don't want anybody try to pit me against my wife. I don't want anybody try to pit my kid against us. Like, when we go and do something, we're a team, we're a front, and we're doing it together. And then if any one of us disagree about going, we'll talk about it. And if we're not going to go, then we're not going to go, you know, or we sometimes do have to make a decision where, you know, I can't make everything or my wife can't make everything. So we have to take those separate ideas, but we definitely made it a purpose in our marriage and in our family to do things together. So thank you for sharing that, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, no. And you know what? My family, Josh is like, I want to get out of here. I need another glass.
No. I'm good. I'm just laughing because like we do most things together, but you know, for us, bro, I need my alone time. Like I'm a go get in the pool by myself. Or no, I don't go swimming by myself. But you know what I mean? Like I'm just I need like 10 minutes. Like let me get 10 good minutes, because part of that for me is I know how I process things. And if I've had a day, like I've struggled with anxiety for like years in my life. And so like if I get really anxious about something, I'm like, you know what, like you go, or let me get like 20 solid minutes by myself. I'm gonna see you in a little bit. Yeah. But as far as like you guys said, like doing everything together, I mean, if we go somewhere, we there. Or I know my wife is like, I got her location on my phone. Shout out to iPhone.
Right.
But you know, I mean,
I checked my wife's location tonight. You know, when I finished work and I checked, I was like, she's still at work. I'm going to get Zoe. Yeah.
Nice. But I agree, Josh. I think like all of us need a me time and a me moment every day. I think every day we need that peace in that moment, but then also we need to be intentional about being present, intentional about showing a front. And I think sometimes we're not just as intentional. Man, you know what? I've seen so many dads at Six Flags with kids, and the intentionality was wifey doesn't like riding roller coasters, so I'm here with the kids to ride roller coasters. Does that make sense? So I think the intentionality of doing those things is very important to add to your dad life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or these big kids or little kids?
I think as Zoe grows a little bit older as well too, you know, there'll be obviously with more things opening up that, you know, she'll want to do, you know, dance or baseball or whatever it is, you know, and there'll be times like, okay, mommy's going to take you to do this, daddy's going to take you to do this. Yeah. I see that.
Yeah. That's dope.
You know what else I see? I see people running up the comments, the likes, and the subscribes on the podcast, bro. YouTube land, Apple land, Google Play. There's some other ones I don't even know, but shout out to y'all for listening on it. Yo, we still got listeners over in Italy. We got listeners in Canada. I think we got like 5 listeners in Canada. Shout out to y'all. We appreciate y'all. Run me that Cash App or not, whatever. But hey guys, no, seriously, run up the numbers on the YouTube subscribers. Trying to hit 1,000. That's the goal, 1,000 on YouTube, so they can start paying us, and we don't got to take no money from y'all. Love you. But until next week, we appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Take care. Follow the Bearded Dad Project. Man. He's doing so much good work. Follow him.
Thank you.
Yeah. Take care, y'all. We love you. Peace.